Hello there and welcome back to Kraise Gaming presents Vampyr. Now, in the last episode we kind of did a lot of healing all of the sick people to try and see if it made any sort of difference to the kind of, health of the area, because in this particular area it's almost on hostile. And so, but it seems to have made it worse, not better.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Look who's back after Booth's butchery. Still visiting the docks at night, Dr. Reed.
Are you referring to Mr. Digby? He seemed a decent man, despite his profession.
Yes, he was a decent man. Too soft, maybe. They are all gonna pay for this.
What is that
Tell me, Edwina,
sound?
have you reconsidered Booth's fear of monsters, considering his mysterious death?
He should have learnt to shoot first, rather than chasing ghosts around. What a clumsy leader he was. But I'll miss him, nevertheless.
Are you really going to seek revenge for Mr. Digby's death?
I've never been so sure of anything. Since the real murderer will never be found, I'm gonna punish everyone.
You made them suffer
The
enough.
people
If not,
here
I'm just going to
shouldn't
have to
pay
kill
for
you.
this. They have already suffered enough because of you and your gang.
I kind of like how you dare to say what you think, Dr. Reed. But don't speak to me like that again.
Can I offer you my medical help, Miss Cox?
Giving out for free? You'd make a poor businessman, Dr. Reed.
Nevertheless,
Perhaps I would. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you. But don't expect me to owe you anything.
wouldn't dream of it.
Can you forget your revenge for just a few minutes? I'd like to see your goods.
I doubled my price for all my customers. That's part of my plan to make them pay, Doctor. And I make no exception.
Okay. Perhaps it was a mistake to kill Booth. I don't know. But let's get out of here. There's nothing in the docks that's left to do. He's unwell, but you know what? I don't care. Honestly. Lots of unwell people over there, but what I do want to do is go to the hospital, because he's got some oh, people. God damn it, that targeting. He's doing it again. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I need to respec again because I completely forgot about the bite. That was very silly of me. Now my bite does bugger all damage. And I need to sort this out because it's driving me crazy. So, that's that. Skill 2 can be the leap. Skill 3, yep. Skill 4, that. Where's my health? There. And this one, we can interchange that and that, whatever suits us.
It's one of them.
I have to say, it does a fair bit of damage. 754. Ooh-wee! Haha, twofer. Critical. There's the hospital. Yeah, so I'm a bit disappointed about that, to be honest. It's like healing the area of all their illnesses, and there were a few. It didn't do anything. Which is a little bit disappointing. But still, never mind.
It's locked. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Let's see what the top man has to say. Do you know what? I don't actually think I've ever been up those stairs. Interesting.
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the Vampyr Elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
Jealous, are we?
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull.
And a massive
Almost
pain
a
in the
new
arse.
breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes.
Something like that.
Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Indeed it was, mate. You should have seen her.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps, it reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them icors.
Never heard of it.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit.
Yes, and no. She was en route to the docks, I think, following a lead concerning your maker.
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
What is she doing down in the docks? Okay, do you know what? I'm thinking... I'll tell you what, let's go up these stairs and see what's there. Because honestly, I have not a clue. Nothing. Okay, well that makes... Second floor. Okay, well there's nothing up there. DLC maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Front door. That sounds good. Now... This way seems to be the quickest way. Should have gone down the stairs, of course. So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking the healing up the sick in the area did absolutely nothing to... And the thing is, I didn't want to cheat and kind of find out the easy way of how to improve the area. I wanted to do this blind without any sort of help or, you know... without any walkthroughs or cheating or anything like that, which I've been true to so far. I've not, you know, truthfully, I've not looked at anything. And so, you know, that's what I need. Tell you what, we'll get rid of the other ones first. Low hanging fruit and all.
The leech, boys! Fuck! He's dead! Die, beast! Fuck! He's dead!
I'll screw off. Dead. Yep, carry on going forward. Oh, did I not open the door? Oh, I did. Phew-wee. I knew it would come in handy. I only opened that door towards the end of the last episode, so, you know. Yeah. That's who I wanted to talk to, because I've just had a conversation with his wife.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Well, I've discovered he's quite versed in occult knowledge. So I wrote him a letter asking him to finance my research about vampires. He never responded.
Oh, no doubt.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
How are you, actually? Oh, you're okay. Good, okay. Now, what investigations have we got here? I have no idea about this at all. So around here somewhere is a fancy restaurant for that dude to eat in.
Go back, it's a leech! Over there!
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, this not so much.
This one's mine! Take its head! Pay for this! Want some of this?
Awesome. Okay. Now, it does appear that my newfound does give me... doesn't bite very hard, but it still does give me loads of blood. So, you know, I'm alright with that for now. Yeah. That's fine. Now, let's get on with this, because... I'll go this way. Who the hell
Good
are you
evening,
two?
sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are?
Agamemnon.
Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
So who are you?
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
kind of question
What
is that?
kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
Yeah, fair enough.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
I see.
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place?
Are you kidding?
That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Yes, for sure.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Considering
You should
you're
ask
in his
that question
area.
to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Hello again, Doctor.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess.
He's
I only wish I
creepy.
could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
That's a stupid question.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please,
Yes.
be my guest.
Do you like this city?
Yes, I do.
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
Well, obviously.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He
Indeed.
is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
It's interesting you use the word mortal.
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Indeed. Now, apparently you know
What can you
Aloysius
tell me
Dawson.
about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
That doesn't answer my question at all.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Goodbye. You two were completely useless. Just saying. Ah, it's the
Dr.
detective.
Still conducting your nocturnal survey?
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Too many murders to investigate them all. But they will not be forgotten.
Blood. Ah, resting place. We'll use that in a bit. Ah, this house is apparently here. Couldn't possibly be in there, surely. Ah,
It's locked, all right.
so that means around the front. Or down here. Where is this going? Interesting. A puzzle.
It's locked.
Fool and the Empress. Again. What of the...
Crime and loss of knowledge. Vampires are dangerous, deadly, vicious sometimes. The fact that I won't deny it, and that's precisely why we must understand what they are. Sometimes who they are, in order to achieve a better mutual understanding. Do you remember the interview with Titus Flavius Josephus, conducted by one of us in 1548, and he finally encountered the creature in Spain? Do you remember how each of the very carefully chosen words expressed by this vampire warmed our heart each time we read them? Huh.
It's trying...
Hello.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet.
You know me?
Cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we
Interesting.
met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you are a new Ekon who relishes his blood diet.
Well,
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
yes.
cost you 150 shillings.
That's fine.
Here is the money.
The Iron Maiden. A woman. Angry. Fierce. A healer turning into a warrior. She's ready to arm herself and hunt you down if you push her too far.
Healer. Seriously?
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller then.
Oh, I can tell you many things, but they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Okay.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Indeed.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's.
He's a vampire.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The Guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
For how long have you been a
Yeah,
primate?
fair enough.
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the...
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
A hermit, an old man, a broken soul who has seen too much. The burden of guilt. This man will give up once the disease is defeated.
Okay.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
Alright,
All right.
speak.
Let me hear it.
Your heart will bleed back all the blood you drank, but it will not put out the fire your treachery has lit.
What treachery?
I would rather not know. How do you measure the amount?
I told you.
Is it
A vampire's fate is much more...
Yeah, we read all that.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Yeah, I suppose, but still.
She could have survived as a vampire. If only she had given me a chance to explain. If only I could have found the words.
Not all vampires accept their new condition. Since suicide
indeed.
is impossible, you have to find a way to get someone else to relieve the pain.
I could have saved her.
No, Jonathan.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
This guy's really interesting.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priest.
Is he a vampire?
What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then. A strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate, and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars.
Once
Clearly
upon
not.
a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The
Clearly.
Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Good.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Okay, interesting story. Yeah, this. What is this? No idea what that is. I'll come back to that another time. Ah, okay. So okay, let's do this. Where's this mansion then? This is a church. £10 says this comes out where that boy was that was hiding. We're here, okay. Okay, never mind. I do remember this bit. Merchant? Oh no, I have seen her, that's fine. Huh, all together now.
There is something strange and incoherent about.
Still not clear how to get into the mansion, though. It's not going to be that way.
Perhaps London will survive the epidemic.
Yeah, of course it will. Okay, let's think about this. Okay. For now, sort that. Is there a clue? See, I'm wondering if this is the mansion. But honestly, I can't see doorways or...
I cannot enter.
Yeah. That's an issue. Because I'm thinking this is it, except I can't get in at the moment. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, good.
Roll back to the hell that spawned.
Good night. Can't go that way. So where am I going? That way, typically. Okay. And we're going to open another door. Good.
As long as you have them.
That way.
When science fails.
That's the
Good evening.
mute one.
Wang Shanghao, Dr.
Ah, it's this one.
It's good to see you again.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah, goodbye. This way.
I will return at a more convenient time. It's locked.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's certainly where it is. So where is this guy's mansion?
Better go home, sir.
Not interested in you guys right now. Yeah, that way. So I'm thinking his mansion is around here somewhere. Bloody hell, he was tough. He was well tough. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking this might have been it, but clearly not. Oh wait, is that it? Huh. Let's have a look around. Nothing that way. Cute. Nothing this way. Okay, let's do this. It's going to be a little bit how shall we put it? Dialogue heavy, I suppose.
Mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
No, you're not. I've already decided it is not what I'm going to do. I have decided this. I'm having a look around just in case there's things that's going to help me with dialogue. Because I want to open up as well. I've opened up a couple of things for him. But I just want to make sure I have as much to talk to him about as possible.
It's locked.
Okay. What was that? Oof, mesmerism 13. Sorry, 6. 13? 6. Which means the likelihood is I'm never ever going to be able to eat him. Which is a bit of a shame because I really want to.
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
We can take a few
I'm
minutes.
going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold. So cold.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
Oh, yes, indeed.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Oh, you say that, but...
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Yeah, that's not good enough, mate.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah, I don't like this guy.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated, as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at...
That is exactly the one that I wanted to do, truthfully. I'm so glad about that. Oh, I can go and kill that. Oh, yes. Yes. Can we find a door somewhere? That'll do. That's gonna piss my head vampire person off, but there we go.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death.
Brilliant.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Vanished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow play.
Shame, I didn't really want that to happen.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital.
I think the rest of this place, especially these vampire dudes, are all gonna kill me. Old Bridget. What is she doing here?
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
What's
Lady
going on?
Ashbury. You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skals. Once she...
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains
Oh, I
angry,
didn't mean to do that, sorry.
but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Okay, fair enough. Where is she?
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though.
I better go to her house.
Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She came to the
presented
sewers.
herself humbly at our gate and asked
Obviously.
if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What did you think of
What
her?
do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am
To help
old
you.
Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Who made you?
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well, and he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story
I'd forgotten
of
about
soul
that,
skulls
actually.
and of so many other forgotten children.
I had completely forgotten about that. He's a fraud.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Be careful. Tell her I worry.
I worry about her.
Do
I
not,
love her.
for she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
We're coming towards end game, I think. Okay. Now, okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I am going to go and eat that chaplain. I have been dying to eat him for ages and ages, and now I've got the mesmerism level to do it. I'm going to go and eat him right now. Thank you. God, they're all out to get me. Yeah, I don't need way. I'm gonna eat you, little reverend. I'm gonna eat you, little reverend.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for...
What's going on here?
What do you want this time?
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Who are you?
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Why?
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
Oh, new investigation.
That's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Yeah. Let's have a look and see what you got to trade.
Show me what you have.
I've not seen this guy before. He's got a fair bit. So need opium, Ogamine. Yeah, let's buy everything he's got. Solid. We got loads of money.
Buying something?
You never...
How much money have I got?
Right then.
Yeah. Now, Joe, where did you go? Because why are you harassing people?
You again? What do you want this time?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You are a criminal who endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
So the other guy's a con man. Where'd he go?
Take a look, don't be afraid. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. And these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Despair can be poison.
For him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, haven't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
That's true.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the wet boot boy.
That's all for now. Goodbye.
I'm surprised I've never seen this guy before. Who's he? Oh, he's upstairs.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Let me in.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
No, indeed not.
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there
Let's see what I can
pain and suffering in this world?
No, didn't mean to do that.
Goodbye,
Sorry.
young.
I want that
Is there only
safe.
pain and
Oh, large
suffering
box
in
of
this world?
pills. Cigarette case. There's got to be something in here. Now, the thing is, I'm going to go and eat that pasta that's outside because you know, reasons.
It's locked.
Job refusal letter. Dear Mr. Peterson, it is my duty to inform you that I refuse to accept the applicant's job for the dockyard. And thank you for the time spent with officer explaining the difficulty of your situation with your ill boy and the loss of your beloved wife. It was also my job to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of former criminal or convicts. Okay, fair enough. It's a bit unnecessary. Professional vampire hunters. Oh, right, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Rational delusions, man. Oh, dude.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
Oh, jeez.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself.
Which is what?
The proliferating sick.
Oh, dude.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
No, you don't. You are a massive, massive murderer, and I'm going to kill you.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
You sent a... Good evening.
It's
You murdered innocent people in their beds. And now you're going to pay the ultimate price. And I'm going to leave your body where people can find it.
Please forgive me, my lord, for my eyes were blind to the devil in front of me. My task will remain unachieved.
Right, 8,000. That's going to get my blood up a little bit. Let's go and find a save spot. There. Oh, it felt good to do that. Not going to lie. I don't think I've been here before. Okay. Hi. Oh, you went down a bit easy. That's a shame. Yeah, that's how you do that. Okay, so that away. Oopsie. Oh man, I've been waiting for a good... I've been waiting all since I met that guy. I've been waiting to eat him. And it felt good. It did. I won't lie about it. Oh, no. I didn't want to go in there.
Good evening, Harry. May I?
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Safe spot around here somewhere. Ah, there we go. God, this place is awful. Okay, let's see if we need to make anything. I don't think so. I think we're alright. Yeah, 3, 3, 3, 2. Yeah, we're alright. Okay. Now. Ah, yes, regeneration. No, can't do that. But 31. Yes, please. Okay. A highly respected resident of the city district passed away last night. Aloysius Dawson, co-founder and head of the Dawson & Dawson Company at 71 years of age. It was no secret that Mr. Dawson's health had recently declined. The once joyful businessman had almost totally disappeared from social events since the tragic death of his twin brother. An influential man, Aloysius Dawson was also a great art collector and a concerned philanthropist. Recently, he had campaigned for an audacious plan to save London from the Spanish flu by raising a quarantine wall to separate the districts and contain the epidemic. But only a few hours before his death, the magnate had given orders to cancel the construction of the wall. More surprisingly, large donations of money had been received by all major London hospitals, while equally important contributions have been made to the smaller clinics and dispensaries. Yeah! Does it mean Aloysius Lawson, a man known for his fortitude and conservative opinions, was finally touched by grace? Who can say? Only one thing is certain. All over the city, thanks to that man's late generosity, stocks of medical supplies have been replenished and the death toll has significantly been lowered in the last 24 hours. No doubt hundreds of grateful citizens will be at St. Mary's Churchyard to accompany the final journey of their benefactor. SLA. That means, hopefully, yeah, look at this. Healthy. Woohoo, look at that. Stable. Perfectly happy with that. Healthy. And the Docs, who was in serious situations. Still critical, but nearly everyone was dead anyway, so... don't know what to do about that. But yeah, look at that. Healthy. Your choice concerning the community pillar have been reported by the press. Yes, I know. fantastic. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. What have I got to do? Protect. Okay, so we're going to do that first. Get rid of that. We're going to do that since we're here. But yeah, thank you very, very much for joining me on that last mission, and we'll see you on the next. I'm looking forward to it. Best of luck.